Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Trish. Today I'm taking a look at the two missing children from Nova Scotia, Canada, which is Lilly, 6, and Jack, 4. Their last name is Sullivan, and they were reported missing on May 2nd. 2025, 10 a.m. the report went in. So I am not going to draw any conclusions. I'm not going to compare it to any other cases as some people are doing. I do one case did come to mind, but today I just really want to leave it in the hands of the cards and see what the cards have to say around this energy. So I'm going to get straight into this reading today and just see what the cards have to say about it. I have no idea what's going to come out today. This is my first tap into this case, so I am just really just going in blind as possible with this case. It's starting to get a lot of speculation around the internet, but I have going in with the basic facts of the case. I've watched both parents, that's Mother Malia's interview, and the stepfather Daniel. I've watched his interview as well. Some strange little things going on there, but let's give everybody the benefit of the doubt here and just see what the cards have to say around this case. I will look at the energy of the people involved or around closest to these children. Come back, let's take a look at some of these cards that have come out. This is first tap in, just a little light read here. So we are talking about them being children. We have the fertility card, babies around them, so either indicating a baby around them or they are babies. Thoughtful, think carefully, head injuries here, something around the head is coming to light here. A strong female here indicated here, and children. So we are doing a children case. So this could just be a way of me tapping in to say, yes, I'm reading on children, but these cards are also relevant. So other things here that have come out. Now this card fell out, which is regret. And when I did a first initial remote view tap in, one of the words that came through was regret. So, and then the regret card fell out. This also, strangely enough, is the young male energy card, but the word that I got when I was remote viewing was regret. We have the addictive type, and I'll just let you know too what some of the letters are here, if there is letters or numbers. 6 and 4 do add to 10, which is interesting on that card there as well. This here is addictive type, addictions or secret life. Resilience, held on. Working together. Someone working together. Now we do have the other two cards that have come out is home changes around the home or relocation. Goodbye, this is the end. Okay, so with this card here, home changes means, well, actually the mother did move away, which is strange, I know. It's one of those kind of red flags. But on the initial tap in, I'm giving everybody the benefit of the doubt and just seeing what the cards have to say. But there is some changes. May have even been some changes going on around the home prior to the end of the situation. Now this is interesting that it's goodbye. This is the end card too, and yeah, interesting. So let's move on to now we have those cards established. We can see that it is related to children. We can see that it is mother. I would say mother figure. This is a goddess, strong female, strongest female in their life. Probably would have been their mother. So here and working together with the bees. The goodbye, maybe even, because I think at the time when I was asking was who was the last person to see them, and seen around the home, and goodbye. But goodbye is actually, the way the story's been portrayed by the family, by the parents, is that they didn't get to say goodbye. There you go, that says didn't get to say goodbye. They were asleep, and apparently they were outside, didn't know if they were outside. A lot of strangeness around this case, but I'm just letting the cards talk at first. So here it's saying they were at the home, and then this is the end, goodbye. So I did not get to say goodbye. Changes around the home. Okay, let me pull on top of that. I'm just going to leave that there for a second because I've got two things that's going through my mind at the moment. Firstly, I'm wanting to know, really, is this related to the mother leaving the home after this happened? Is this relating to the end, this being the end at the home? Or is this, I didn't get to say goodbye. So let's bit more clarity on this one here. Which avenue are we taking here? Was aggressive attack, I wanted out. Aggressive attack, I wanted out. That could be the relationship, even changes going on around the home. She did leave, but aggressive attack, and I wanted out. Okay, so let's start reading with the crime deck now. This is the investigation deck. Okay, so first, let's just give us some cards to let us know what has happened here. What is the outcome? What is the situation? What has happened in this case? Let's start with what I have on the table first of all, because the cards seem to be jumping pretty actively here. So first of all, we've got deeply involved or water, also a drain or waterway prominent here. One of the words that I did get when I tapped into the remote viewing was swamp, I think might have been a word. Swamp and trees and parallel was some of the words that I got when I first done the initial tap in. But here we've got waterway, drain or waterway, deeply involved, water. Interesting. Could those children swim? I wonder. Chariot being moved in a vehicle. There was another one indicating a mental struggle or an illness. Could be the autism they're talking about. This card does represent autism in a way, but this card here is mental struggle or illness. Okay, they're also saying that the children were off school due to an illness. I don't think that's connected, but the illness there is relevant to this case, but I don't think that's the reason. Okay, but there was some kind of struggle, whether that's aggressive struggle or mental struggle occurring in this case. Now, hidden or unclear, something is hidden or unclear about this situation. Maybe something has been hidden. And I had to get away. Again, very similar to the last spread. I had to get away. Okay, we've got innocence over here. Innocent children, 2 innocent children. So this is card probably going to be the key card for this case. So the 2 innocent children. We've got temperance, balance, but this is also in a waterway or near a waterway as well. Can sometimes be consumption. I don't think that's what it is, but some kind of water or balance. So here, let's go a little deeper here now with this. There's usually a few scenarios when there's missing children. So let's start breaking down some of those scenarios. First scenario is that they run away. So what is the likelihood that the children run away? So what we have here is running. We've got the word running. However, and marks left behind. So there is saying there is a footprint. Now, is a footprint near water? Was there a footprint near water? I think what it might have been one of the things in this case. As I said, it's my first tap in, so I haven't really delved too deeply because I like to go in pretty blind on the first one. But here we're saying this is relevant information is to do with the marks being left behind. Running. But there is I'm asking about if they run away, if this is the scenario, but there is suspicious activity. That's the problem here with this scenario about them running away. There is suspicious activity that's taking place here. The other cards that have come out now is I am safe now, indicating there was a level of unsafe safety issues, purposely disappeared, exposed secrets. Okay, so maybe some secrets coming out around, maybe revealed about this. Okay, second scenario we'll look at. So I don't think that's a plausible scenario. I think the suspicious activity in that spread is leading away from that scenario. Now, this is all alleged. This is card reading. There's no facts here. So let's just see what else as we delve deeper in. Okay, so second scenario would be abduction. Scenario. We have a father figure, emperor in charge, person in charge, male energy, father figure energy here on the table. This is all alleged. It's just card reading, but there are marks left behind. I feel there's something more to this card here. Marks left behind. It's the second time it's come out. Next one is hidden. Well, I don't know why I said hidden then. Inside job taken out. Inside job taken out. So this feels to be not as it seems. So this is a distraction, not as it seems. So we're talking about whether or not this is an abduction. Kids are friendly. They talk to anyone. Were they abducted? So the cards here don't seem to be painting a picture of abduction. We have the distraction, not as it seems here. And we have the guilty card. So inside job taken out. Okay, let's broaden this one here for a moment. Bottom of the deck is the domestic violence, violence in the home. Okay, so this now, as I'm pausing for a moment, I'm thinking about the case of the young girl that was being held in the cupboards. Honestly, I don't know why this is coming to mind, but locked in a cupboard. Benefit of the doubt. So again, I want to just be more direct in the way that I asked it when I talk directly here to see what the answer is. So let me just tap in for a moment more with that one, because I know the third scenario here. So I just want to give that scenario just one more capture, one more benefit of the doubt here. Again, the card out for the second time, distraction, not as it seems. So to me, that's like not, is what I'm hearing. So it's a bit of a distraction. It is a distraction to the actual evidence, or evidence pointing as a distraction. So as I'm reading this together, there could be evidence that points to a distraction to push it in the direction of abduction, but the cards seem to be saying not as it seems. All alleged. Remember, this is card reading, no facts. We have over here the mother figure here now, the empress, the mother figure. We had the father figure in the last spread. Now we have the mother figure. So here we have the hermit left in the dark. And out of the picture. Okay. Third scenario, all alleged, card reading, no facts. So let's just tap in here. Please know when I say all alleged, no facts, I'm not disrespecting spirit or the cards in any way, because my communication to them is that I 100% trust in their guidance. So when I say allegedly here, it's because I have to say that. No facts. When I also no facts, I know that sounds insulting to the cards, but every time I say that, I do internally acknowledge that I have full faith in my cards and full faith in my spirit team. Third case scenario. This is foul play. Money involved. 2 money cards. Well-funded money cards. Drugs and alcohol. This is hidden clues or breakthroughs. And we do have popped over on the side over here an accident. Okay, these are quite intense cards for that scenario. So let's take this scenario just a little bit further now. Okay, so I was asking the fate of the children, I guess you might say. No. Whether or not they're still with us is what I was asking, really. So the moon is no. Deeply involved or water involved. Organised, out of the picture, family connection. All alleged. Okay, we have also the authority card, the person in authority, person in charge. Okay, let's break down to the energy around mother. And please know, benefit of the doubt here. Also, if this is a very traumatic experience for a mother, we must give her the benefit of the doubt. So let's read her energy with the cards all alleged. I have 2 other questions around the mother. Firstly, I want to ask, and I was going to ask them just quietly then, but I would like you to see the cards jumping. So I would like to ask if the mother knows what happened to the children and if the mother knows where the children are. So that's just questions you have to ask here with this situation. But one of my things that I have an issue with is a mother leaving the area. That I do have an issue with that, but it's saying here she had to get away because of the harsh judgment around the situation. So that I can kind of understand. It says harsh sentence or harsh judgment, I had to get away. So that I can understand, and unless you've been through that, you really don't know how you would what you would actually do. But when I first heard that she'd left the area, my thought was I could never leave the area. You wouldn't stop me from searching. So for them if they're missing. Now because we have the not involved, missing, not involved, unaware. Okay, let's have a look at the first cards that fell out. Was a powerful person involved or power struggles. This indicates dominance here in some way. The temperance can talk about consumption. It can talk about medication. Also water again. You see the water in standing in water. So life in balance here with this card here. Drain a waterway. Once again, we have water again. Water connection. I feel there's definitely water involved here. Wrong direction. Now my senses are indicating we keep getting that misdirection card. A wrong direction. So and the wrong directions come out, but I keep getting the waterway or the drain cards. Now I feel like there's something going on here around sending us in the wrong direction or looking in the wrong direction. Maybe the footprint that was seen is the wrong direction. It was seen near water though, which is interesting, and I wonder if they have been I think that was water. I'm not 100% certain. As I said, I haven't delved too deeply into this case because I like to go in blind. But in the search, have they looked, divers, have they searched waterways here? But we're looking in a different direction than maybe they have been looking. Okay, and then we have the devil card, which is narcissist, torture, rage, can be drugs and addiction as well with that, with the devil card. This is what I have a problem with, the not involved or... Okay, yes, I understand. Thank you. not getting involved in the search. So that's okay. That was one of my big questions around the mother energy, why she left the area, not getting involved in the search. So it's saying not getting involved in the search, the missing person, would be because she had to get away because of the judgment. So that has kind of answered the question that I've come into this wondering why she left, like why, but she had to get away, and that's why she's not out there searching. I would think that I would be, but as I said, you don't really know how you would handle that situation. I am safe now, or wanting to get away towards safety. So let me just pull one more card on the mother being. Does the mother know what happened to the children? Okay, I've stopped pulling cards because of this card here. I never like to say it out loud. I apologize if it's the death card. As we know, death in tarot normally means changes. It can mean endings. Not so much in the crime investigation card. Running out of time, hostage or trade situation. It's also bound by rope. Okay, this is all alleged. It's just card reading. There's no facts here. Okay. Purposely disappeared. Aggressive attack, cover up or tampering, slow process, resilience or slow process. I think I had that in the first spread as well. More than one involved, and I also had the bees working together as well. Lots of rumours though in this case here. Okay, I'm moving on from that energy. It's quite intense. Now, I did say I wasn't going to give any of my personal opinions, but something about that rang alarm bells around Jen Soto. I think it might have been the calmness in her demeanour. I think maybe, there's something there. I'm not sure what that is. But as I said, benefit of the doubt, first reading, this is a traumatic experience. So let's move over to the stepfather now, Daniel, and let's have a look at the energy read around him. First of all, energy read that I'm going to follow up with the two questions. Does he know what happened to them? Does he know where they are? First of all, we've got deeply involved. Water. Again, this card's appeared 3 times, and we're talking the energy. All alleged, no facts, card reading. We've got the no card, or hidden. Hidden. We have got dark intentions or motives, so maybe they're looking at his motives. Maybe there's dark intentions here. Okay, now I did see the strategy card. Sorry, this is the accomplice or had help, but I see this a little bit as a strategic moves going on here. So there's a bit of strategy. I feel that energy. Now this is a domestic violence here, indicating abuse or violent situations in the home. So that's what domestic violence means. So this is all alleged. It's just card reading, but I am getting the person known. This person is known. And this card, accomplice or had help, I get it's a little bit of strategy in the situation as well. Absolutely, the raw meaning of the card is accomplice had help. You must always look at the raw meaning of the card. The raw energy of the cards is really what the cards want to say, but I did touch in on a little bit of strategy, thinking about it, a little bit of it's in his eyes. There's strategy going on in the background behind his eyes. Okay, what's the strategy first of all? What is this strategy about? What am I seeing there? What goes on behind closed doors? This is confrontation, so there might have been a bit of fighting going on. Now, this could just be the couple could have been fighting, but there was some kind of confrontation taking place here, and also the accident card comes out. So when I talk strategy, accident is a strategy. So okay, let's move on here. Does the stepfather know what happened to the children? Is the Tower card or the chaos, a bit of chaos around the situation. When I first tapped into this case, I had the chaos come through as well. Chaos was one of the words and one of the first tap-ins that I had. Here, dark intentions or motives. So need to check out the motives here or the dark intentions. And over here we have not involved, unaware. Interesting. But how do you place dark intentions or motives next to not involved? Okay, again, benefit of the doubt. This is a traumatic experience. We have the domestic violence or abuse in the home. Kind of passion or desire. I wanted to just do the energy's pulling back a little bit here, so that's why I'm just reading a little bit faster with the cards to try and get some more out. I did want to do energy leading into, but it may be a little bit too much for this reading today because it is going a little bit over. So maybe on the second reading I might do the lead-ins to what happened, say the Wednesday, the Thursday, the Friday, and take a look at each of the days. I think it's a little bit too much for me to do it now, and the energy is pulling right back here. So I might just get the cards to do their final spread, their final word here with this case. Okay, so we're looking at Lilly, age 6, Lilly Sullivan, age 6, and we're looking at Jack Sullivan, age 4. They are missing since, or reported missing, I should say, on May 2nd, Friday, May 2nd. So it's getting on now with this case. So cards, please, your word here on the closing of this summary result, please. That will pull. Now this one may have been relevant, missing, so still missing and searching, so I might leave that out. I felt it was going to turn. Again, we've got the marks left behind, very, very relevant. Looking into the marks left behind, this could be very important to this situation. Missing again, so there could be the missing piece, but they are missing, so that could be a very important part because it's come out so many times. Also missing, searching, so that's still going on with this case. So they're just giving the summary of this. Person is known to them. They know the person is known to them, is what the cards are indicating here. Now this is being watched. I feel like the family members are being watched here with this situation, looking for evidence. So this is the reason they're being watched, but it's also stuff they're looking into their social medias as well. Maybe last known communications with people, communications around between Wednesday and Saturday, looking into what happened to their social media. I believe somebody deleted social media, but yeah, I don't think that's. I think they can still access that information. Well, let's hope they can. But here, looking into evidence at the moment, watching their parents. They're being watched. They're looking for evidence, and they're searching social media at this time, at this moment. Here we're talking about the relationship of the two. I believe they've separated. Here, again, resilient, slow process here. The cards come out a few times, so and justice, legal situation or trial. So maybe there'll be a trial. Maybe they'll get enough evidence of what happened to the children that there'll be a trial here, because we are looking for evidence. They're looking at the social media, last known communications, anything between Wednesday and Saturday. I feel what they're looking. I'm just trying to pull any other information that's coming through here. There's still subjects here that haven't been released. There is maybe they've been touched on, some information around the situation with this case that has been touched on but not released. I feel like there's a much deeper situation here. Now, I don't know if they're talking about touched on in the cards here with the DV card that kept coming out, or if it's a subject that has been broached by media or authorities in a surface way, but there's a bit more that they're aware of, that the authorities are aware of underneath the surface that they're not releasing yet. So it's like a bait and hook or a bait and switch. I don't know why I'm saying this, but this is like they're being baited in some way. Maybe social media is being baited. There's something going on here with a bait and switch or a bait and hook situation going on here. But the relationship, maybe issues, been a slow process around this relationship. But there is some kind of law or justice or trial. Maybe the situation around their relationship was going to go to court. Maybe there was going to be a separation anyway, and that could be where the justice system, maybe they had legal situations going on around them already, but we have the justice card, we have the legal card, so there's indicating some kind of legalities here, whether that means they already had some in place or they were looking at it, talking about it, separation, that's a legal thing. Or whether there is going to be enough evidence gathered here to have a legal situation with this case. So I'm going to leave it here as a first tap in. I think that was quite a lot for a first one. We had a lot of very prominent cards come out here today, and a lot of cards repeatedly come out, which is very important. They're the cards that are most important. As always, it's the raw message that is most important, what the cards want to say. But again, there's also some insights that have come through with this case as well. So next time I read on this case, I will do the lead up energy to the week before and see what energy was going on around that household with those children. So thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with the next read on this, and I'll go a little bit deeper.